Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final NASEF Farmcraft stream of the season. So first off, thank you to anyone who's been joining us week to week for design challenges, the Farmcraft challenges themselves. And it's been so amazing to see over 36 countries represented across all of our teams and giving this opportunity to meet the kids where they are, meet the learners where they are, and give an opportunity to combine interests in Minecraft and agriculture and the environment and different biotechnologies that are out there. So congratulations, everyone, for making it all the way here. And I'm actually going to bring in our first guest for today, who is Gerald Solomon, the Executive Director of NASEF. And he is going to be helping us wrap off this amazing season that we've had of the first year of NASEF Farmcraft.
Well, thank you, Samantha, and welcome everyone to the award ceremony for Farmcraft 1.0. This has been an outstanding effort by a lot of people. I want to take a few minutes and thank them. For those of you who are unfamiliar with NASEF, it's the North America Scholastic Esports Federation, NASEF.org. Please take some time and take a look at it, who we are. We offer really the connection between project-based learning and gaming and esports to help students thrive and grow around the world. I'd like to take a few minutes and particularly thank our partners, without whom this could never have occurred: the US State Department, Clever Light, the global Minecraft mentorship community, and a number of other people. I'll single out a few, forgive me if I miss anyone, but these are people that are front and center who've been kind of in the trenches throughout this entire process. So first, let me start off with an individual without whom this could never have happened, who really put this together and helped us as an advisor, a confidant, a director in every way. Adam Cornish from the State Department is the agricultural advisor. We also have Kate Furby, AAAS Science Technology Policy Fellow. And between the two of them, on behalf of the State Department, really have made this possible. I'd also like to thank in particular Brian Dickman. As you can see, as you've played in these worlds and learned, it really has been his creativity that's helped develop this work, along with two advisors who are close colleagues and friends, Kathy Isaacs and Eric Leitner, who have done a great deal of work in helping move all of this forward. In addition, a couple of people behind the scenes that you don't get a chance to see or hear about. One is the Samueli Academy that helped us with our licensing in order to be able to allow everyone around the world to participate and play. We also have a camera person that you'll see soon in the world, and that's Carolyn Navarro, who works with NASEF. And then a couple of people who, these names you may recognize, but really helped move all of this forward. Lila Bowman from Microsoft, Josh Shen from the State Department, with whom we first met over a year and a half ago, who moved this process forward. And then where it all started in a beta test in Mexico City, Alejandro Barron. And then streaming support today will be Damien from UCI. And I really saved the best for last. It's a person who's been with us from day one, without whom NASEF would never be what it is today. And we owe her a great deal of gratitude. She's going to be moving on in her own career shortly. And from me and everyone at NASEF and everyone who's ever been involved in the NASEF community, special thanks to Samantha Anton for all of her work and her leadership and her program management for this project. So thank you, Samantha. And thank you, everyone, for making this a hugely successful event. And with that, I will turn it over back to Samantha, and we will move forward with a wonderful afternoon of award ceremonies.
Thank you, Gerald, for those kind words and great start to our stream. I actually want to bring in everyone to speak as well, because truly being able to have our own Farmcraft team where we are doing our own challenges and working with one another, similar to how the students are in the biomes, it's been a great pleasure connecting with you all. And so I actually want to turn it over to you and ask, like, what were some of your favorite highlights that we had from this season, starting from preseason, which was these open design challenges, and then all the way into the modded Minecraft world, led by Brian and his studios. So yeah, thank you all for being amazing folks. And I just mostly want to hear from you.
Yes, I would start very quickly. Could I do it?
Go for it.
I'll say my favorite is I jumped into the first preseason stream and immediately flooded the entire area. I put down a cube of water, and because I had no idea how to use Minecraft, and Eric and Kathy very delightfully came in and showed me how to fix everything. I'd also like to point out on my food for thought, we spent 10 minutes talking about watermelons and did not talk at all about how the watermelons in the game are shaped like cubes, which you can actually find in real life, although they're grown that way because you grow them in a box. And then I've just had so much fun watching the videos from all the students as they have explored the world and used their creativity to do things that I never thought were possible. So those are just three of the things that I've enjoyed the most.
Actually, that was also my favorite part, was watching all of the videos that everyone submitted on Flipgrid and seeing them give tours through the world that they created. And it was just, it always blew my mind. Super creative and fun.
I'm going to jump in and say, for me, I want to make sure that everyone knows that education flows both ways. Of all of the experiences we have done with NASEF, and they've all been incredible, the Minecraft experiences and opportunities, this one has been the biggest learning opportunity for me, both from all of the experts and scientists that we've had a chance to work with, from everyone at the State Department, especially Adam and Kate, from each other. Kathy and I think, are always learning new stuff from each other. Having the opportunity to work with Brian to learn sort of the behind the scenes stuff. Those are some of my favorite moments in Minecraft, was getting to see the behind the scenes of the world. It's like taking a studio tour, if you will. So that was incredible. And learning stuff from just everyone on the team. Yes, even you, Sam, I have learned plenty from you, like how to take good notes, because I'm the worst note taker on the planet. Not to mention, I learned a ton of stuff from the students. Even in the actual modded world, when I would see how they were tackling or how they were taking on the challenge, I would look at that and go, when we were doing our run through, why didn't we do that? So not just in those preseason ones where I learned about your the countries you come from and experiences that you've had and how it relates to Minecraft, but even how to take on a challenge. I even picked up some tips from students. So there's literally no one involved in this process that I didn't have a chance to learn from. And that's been my favorite part by far.
I'll jump in real quick. I think my big highlight was everyone jumping in the vehicles to try to get a selfie. And we're trying to work the camera, you know, like true kids at heart, you know, having fun and playing and enjoying the environment that we created. So I thought that was cool aspect of how everyone could have fun and learn. And, you know, this project for me really opened my mind. That's what I like about it, and hopefully inspired everyone else. So if you're really thinking outside of the box and starting to think of what situations are like in other parts of the world, and how would you handle things in the future, and if you are the future, then it's in your hands, and we need you to take good care of it.
All right, I'm sitting here trying to talk, but I was on mute, which is typical because I'm so good at Zoom, which means I'm not so good at Zoom. So if any of my kids are watching, this happens at home as well as at school. So the only thing about going last is that everybody takes your things. So I loved working with the team, loved learning the science with when we had our food for thoughts, playing. I loved seeing the kids' videos and learning from, oh my goodness, look what you made and how you automated those things. Yeah, it was just really so much fun, and learning from Brian. I mean, I feel like, wow, that was so great, the behind the scenes and ooh, look at that tool. Maybe that's something I can share with my kids, and kids took it on. So it was really, the whole process was fantastic for me. So thank you for the opportunity.
And I think this is a great opportunity to actually bring in some of all of our favorites which were the student videos and hearing from the student teams themselves. So we actually have a handful of videos to share with everyone from different teams around the world. And so if you would like to submit a video similar to one of these, the Farmcraft Flipgrid page is still open. And so really we just want to hear the people behind the teams who participated in Farmcraft and how can we reflect and try to improve for the future. So we're going to get the video started, and then, yeah, I'm very excited to share them. They will speak for themselves.
My favorite memory is when we got the best score just the day before the close of each Farmcraft stage. We found that we performed better under pressure.
What I liked most about Farmcraft was that I could make new friends. Every time we finished a challenge, we played music to celebrate.
Cosas graciosas que me acuerdo es cuando al principio empezamos y todos nos queríamos subir al tractor y casi siempre quedaba alguno corriendo por atrás del tractor. Y también la vez que no me acuerdo quién fue que se había vuelto loco y no paraba de tirar fertilizante.
As far as agriculture is concerned, it will try to create better irrigation machines. It is important to change the world to work as a team.
I will use experience to teach people about farming.
I would like to teach more people how to plant. I started an urban garden.
The activity that interests me the most in the Minecraft will be survival, construction, and player versus player.
My favorite Minecraft activity is construction. I really enjoy it when I build houses.
I can use command blocks, cut diamonds in cave, and harvest.
I will remember this experience. I will also remember that if we take care of the world we live in, we all will be happier.
Y una que en mi opinión es una de las más graciosas, cuando Lucas se cayó al subsuelo, que estaba como en un pozo y no podía salir. Ese estaba muy gracioso.
We had so much fun.
My name is Georgiana and I'm a part of the team The Eagles. My favorite memory is related to the first challenge when I didn't know how things work. I remember our culture was pretty bad, but suddenly we hear the sound like a bell and many butterflies start flying around us. We didn't know we could catch them and get coins for this, but I like it when we realize how they can help us. At the beginning things were very difficult, but then everything became easier and better, and we could reach some amazing aims simply because we said we will make it and be successful. The things I like the most are the activities when I have to create new things to discover and to learn while having fun.
Hello, my name is Eddie. The memory that touched me is when our team did not synchronize very well and our crop was very damaged, but we still had a good score. I learned many new things I ignored before. For example, not to use chemical substances because they pollute the soil. This piece of information will help me make the world a better place. The activity I am most interested in is fishing. I really love it.
Hello, my name is Anna and I am a member of the team The Eagles. I loved playing Farmcraft and I have many wonderful memories about it. My favorite is when we waited for the scores at the end of each game we played. I was very curious about the scores because I wanted to improve every time and find new strategies that work. I learned that many things that I can apply in the real world. I realized how important it is to work in a team. If we collaborate and take care of the environment, I know the world will be a better place for us. My favorite activities in Minecraft are mining and looking after the bees because I know how important they are for a world and lives.
Hello everyone, we are from Team Mary Marigold and we are from Malaysia. The favorite Farmcraft memory or lesson we have learned is how to resolve arguments arise during the Farmcraft challenges, for the benefit of the team. Initially we will blame each other for not taking good care of the weeds, the caterpillars, the water level and soil quality. Then we realized that we were working as one team. We need to communicate and collaborate with each other in order to obtain higher score. So instead of blaming one another, which won't help in the challenge, we chose to review our score on each play and plan the next best strategic method to be applied on a subsequent challenge. Slowly the cooperation between my sister and I become better and better, and we managed to gain higher and higher score throughout the challenges. And this make us happy and satisfied when we saw our team's name position in the Farmcraft leaderboard. Through the experiences gained from Farmcraft, we hereby promise that we will not waste our food in future. Now we know how hard the farmers need to work in order to produce the food for us. This act may not change the world very much, but it might help a little bit in food shortage faced by the world now. We like both vanilla Minecraft design challenges and the modded biome challenges. In the vanilla Minecraft design challenges, we can build the world according to our own imagination and creativity. We like it as there's no limitation in the creativity part, the sky is the limit. But we do enjoy playing in the modded biome challenges, especially when we break the previous high score or discovered a new strategic method. In summary, we enjoyed both challenges.
Hello everyone, this is the very last group call with the group chat cases, and today we will be answering the questions on the diary for the very last time. What was your favorite Farmcraft memory or lesson?
Our favorite Farmcraft memory was building the barge. Building the barge got us thinking a lot. We had to think about how to use the power of nature in farming, really. Solar power to take care of the plants, wind power to get us from one place to the other, and distillation, reverse osmosis, to water our plants.
How will you use your experience in Farmcraft to change the world?
I'll use my experience in Farmcraft by maybe making like a small farm and kind of using the tips and like the tricks which I learned like to help like cultivate that farm and kind of help it grow.
This season we've had vanilla Minecraft design challenges, modded biome challenges, etc. What type of Minecraft activities are you most interested in?
Personally, the Minecraft challenges that I'm most interested in are when the modded biome challenges, since instead of just building a farm or whatever and just taking care of the crops, you have to make sure the crops don't die to dehydration, caterpillars, or butterflies.
I just want to say a huge thank you to just these teams, and even we do have even more videos that we will continue to share in places that we can. But just a huge thank you for these teams and these students for taking the time to share about their experience, but also just show their own autonomy and their own ownership of their learning throughout this process and what they we're most excited about. So a huge shout out to those teams. And we actually also want to be sure to shout out some of our adult sponsors that have helped manage the teams and give them the resources that they need so that they are able to participate. So we have a couple videos from adult sponsors that we will be playing right now.
Hello, this is TLC's Team Adult sponsor, specifically for TSCS Blue at the stage of this competition. So far, my team have learned how to manage their resources and how to balance their spending in accordance with the income that they generated. Also, they've learned how to work together to accomplish something that is greater than they can accomplish individually. They've also realized that for a good idea to be successful, it requires hard work, which will enable it to produce more resources. Other skills they've learned are entrepreneurship skills, collaboration skill, communication skill, as well as think has been developed. This was a huge challenge for them at the beginning of the competition, but they've been able to learn how to communicate with each other so that they can be able to accomplish their goal. Another thing that was huge with them was their personality. Each one of them has a different personality, and that has come to play sometimes when they are playing together. but they've been able to walk through that to know how each one of them would react in a certain situation. Also, one thing they've really developed is their problem-solving skills. They've been able to come to a place where they need to quickly come up with ideas to solve any problem that they encounter during their play. There has been talks around them about how farming in the real world has to be a passion for it to be enjoyable and profitable, and how technology will play a major role or is playing a major role in farming in the future. They love the idea of re-engineering the seeds to to suit the different
Hello everybody, my name is Nadina and I am the adult sponsor of the team The Eagles. I'm also a teacher and during Farmcraft schools were closed in our country, so it was a good opportunity for my students to keep in touch, to collaborate, to cooperate and to have fun while learning together. Besides learning about farming, agricultural biotechnology and environmental protection, my students also learned English and I'm very happy about this. They had a great time together and it was easy for them to be motivated and interested in learning more and trying out new methods. The challenges also stimulated them a lot as they wanted to be better and better. I noticed how much they developed their critical thinking and how they found solutions together. Another important thing is related to the fact that my students made connections between Farmcraft and the real world. Though at the beginning they knew very little about farming and everything related to it, they became curious and I noticed that they compare what the game offered to the real farming that they noticed while they spent time into the countryside. For me as well, Farmcraft was a great opportunity to get involved and to learn. I must confess it was the very first time I played Minecraft and I enjoyed it. My students taught me how to play and I didn't feel uncomfortable to step back and to let them take the floor. I really enjoyed this. I hope in the future I will have the chance to take part in similar programs. I would like to experience something related to ecotourism with a component based on learning English as my students are not native speakers, but they learn English as a foreign language. I'm very happy and grateful for this opportunity called Farmcraft. Thank you.
Hello.
So for those that are joining in the chat, please give a huge kudos to the adult sponsors as well and the teams who just gave such great input on what is happening with their learning and using Farmcraft as even just something to use during this time. I think everyone has craved social connection in some way, and the fact that we are able to maintain social connection through a program like Farmcraft has been super exciting. So huge shout out to everyone. And I also want to give a couple more shout outs. Actually, before I do that, does anyone in the group want to share any reactions to the videos? I know I started tearing up immediately for Diamond Hose and the team in Uruguay. I don't know. I've watched that video maybe 5 or 6 times now, and every time I just start to tear up just out of joy. So yeah, Eric, I don't know if you...
Yeah, they were all both from the adult sponsors and the students. They're they're the responses you would hope for, right? And we take criticism very well on this team because we want to see programs develop, we want to see them grow. But hearing the feedback and the lessons learned, especially, tells us that okay, we've met some goals. Now we're going to push that bar even further, and let's push that goal bar even further because we can, because it's showing. So yeah, I see GGs in the chat and well deserved. On everyone's part. Those definitely belong there.
And just Flipgrid as a tool for us during this entire season has been amazing. Like being able to see the different creative builds and even just the different types of videos. Like we saw, for example, Mary Marigold included a little bit more of like an edited feedback video with like an intro and music. And so it's so amazing to see how many different videos can be created on just the same prompt. I also want to give some leaderboard shout outs. Now, we had so many different components to NASEF Farmcraft this year. I know some teams really enjoyed the design challenges, others really enjoyed the modded Minecraft world. And we had, I think, over 400 scores submitted to the leaderboard throughout the Farmcraft season. The countries that submitted the most scores, so Botswana had submitted 50 scores, Uruguay 56, United States 95, and Malaysia 100. So those countries really had teams that were grinding and sharing a lot of their scores in. And then the teams that were sending the most scores, so TLCS Blue submitted the most scores to the leaderboard. Three Musketeers, Diamond Hose, Marigold, MLBB Gamer, and Alpha Te also submitted some of the most scores to the leaderboard. And then lastly, I want to shout out the teams that have submitted all 6 Farmcraft Flipgrid challenges. Now, only the 3 for regular season were required for prizing, but from preseason 1 to regular season number 3, Jam Cases, Merry Marigold, Night Farmers, Three Musketeers, Golden Farming Gods, Play Palais, MLBB Gamer, Team Cousins, Craft Force, The Eagles, Ultrafly, Alpha Te, Ultra Ear Inc., and the Knights of the Crafting Table. So huge kudos to all of those teams for submitting so many Flipgrid challenges and sharing their experience. So I'm very excited now to shift gears into what we've been most excited to share with everyone. So I'm going to hand it over to Eric for this portion.
Yeah, so you're not just handing it to me. We also have an additional few behind the scenes folks. So of course, Damien has been our behind the scenes, man behind all the magic the whole time. But Carolyn is with us as well as our camera operator today. And we've taken the stage today to announce our official winners of the Farmcraft 2021 challenge, and we're so excited to do so. So we've got everyone on stage, and yes, even Gerald, although Gerald, you are an NPC today. But we're all
Eric, you muted yourself?
Oh, that darn space bar. I went to jump up and down in excitement, but I was still in Zoom and not in Minecraft. And here I was ready to jump up and down with excitement. Now I can do it. So just mid-sentence, the fun of technology. If one of my favorite streamers was here right now, he would say, streaming is hard, and he'd be right. But we are going to make those announcements. So we are actually going to go through our winners for the junior division, our winners for the senior division, and our winners for the all ages division. And once we've made all those announcements, stick around because there's actually one more team we want to give a shout out to when all of those announcements have been made. But right now I'm going to ask that Kathy come to the podium. So Kathy, come on up to the podium and help us announce our winners for the junior division.
All right, I'm coming. I had to unmute.
You do have to unmute.
And now
It helps.
And now I'm coming to the podium. Here we go.
All right.
I am at the podium. Hopefully you see me. And then wait, I need one more thing. Okay.
You do?
I do. Well,
okay.
Yes, one more thing. I just need to arrange my windows correctly, my screen.
It does help, doesn't it?
Here we go. I think I have it. So hi, everyone. I am going to announce the winners of the junior division for NASEF Farmcraft 2021. Okay, so starting with third place. Third place, we have Team Merry Marigold from Malaysia. Awesome job, Team Merry Marigold. So some quick highlights on their season. Merry Marigold submitted all 6 Farmcraft challenges, so yay. I think that they would win. Let me speak. They just had creative use of text-to-speech in all of their entries, and their work was shared during our streams multiple times. So congratulations, Merry Marigold. Okay, and now in second place for the junior division for NASEF Farmcraft 2021, we have Team Jam Cases from Malta. Yay! Team Jam Cases also submitted all 6 Farmcraft challenges. Great job. Okay, and here we go. I think we need a drum roll. Is there a way to do that in Minecraft? Oh, with note blocks, maybe. Oh, no, definitely with note blocks. Okay. In first place for the junior, in the junior division for NASEF Farmcraft 2021, in first place we have Team TLCS Blue from Botswana. Woo-hoo.
And I know we saw them in the chat. I think we saw most of these in the chat.
Congratulations, TLCS Blue. So everything TLCS Blue submitted, they had great narration in all their videos. They submitted the most, this is the team they submitted the most scores on the leaderboard. And they also hold the distinct honor of the highest all-time score on the Farmcraft leaderboard while playing the island biome. So congratulations to all our junior division winners. I am going to step away from the podium and let Eric announce our senior division winners.
All right, and so yeah, I have the proud and privileged moment of announcing our senior division winners. The senior division for our ages 13 to 18 teams. And so we are going to get that started and start with our third place winner. So our third place winner from the United States, specifically from Georgia within the United States, Team Let 'Em Know. Team Let 'Em Know is our third place senior division winner. Some highlights from this season from Team Let 'Em Know. They clinched the third place spot by 98 points. From Sonara Minecraft Pillagers. So it was an extraordinarily tight race, but they squeezed it out, kept and this is where that perseverance counts, and they made that happen. So congratulations on the third place victory, Team Let 'Em Know from Georgia in the United States. From the senior division for second place. Second place, also from the United States, but this time from the state of California, Team Night Farmers. Second place, Team Night Farmers. Congratulations to the Night Farmers. Again, you heard earlier, they are one of those teams that submitted all 6 Farmcraft challenges. No small feat considering the number of teams we had participating and the amount of work that goes into that. So congratulations to Team Night Farmers from California in the United States. And I know someone was asking for the continent, so far my 2 are North America, and we may be sticking around in the continent because our first place winner in the senior division, and if you have been following any of the events we've been doing in Minecraft with NASEF throughout the last year, this is not a new title for them. So congratulations to the team from Mexico, Team Garage Builders, on their first place senior division win. And if you're not sure what I was talking about when I said that, they did have the second highest score on the Farmcraft leaderboard in the island world, but also, and this is where I was talking about earlier, they are the reigning Minecraft Masters champion from the Minecraft Masters event we did in NASEF. They took the grand prize in that event, and here they are finishing in first. In our Farmcraft event. So once again, congratulations to Team Garage Builders, our first place winner in the senior division. And with that, I get to give the podium back to the lovely Kathy Chow Isaacs to announce our all ages winners. So
well,
Kathy,
thank you.
Right,
thank you for giving it back. Give it back. All right.
It's all yours.
Right, here we go. Give it back. All right. So now we also had a division for all ages. So it was ages 8 and up. And for third place, whoops, I'm breaking things. All right, third place for the all ages division is Team Golden Farming Gods from Malaysia.
Woo!
Yay! And this team also submitted all 6 Farmcraft challenges. Great job, Team Golden Farming Gods. Yay! Yay, let's jump up and down for them. Okay, and in second place for the all ages division, we have Team Play Palais from Uruguay. Yay! And they were really great about using the text to speech throughout their submissions. And last but not least, in the all ages division, in first place, we have Team Three Musketeers from Malaysia. And for their season, they submitted all 6 Farmcraft challenges, and they participated among the most on the leaderboard. So they played a lot and submitted a lot. So thank you so much. And congratulations to all of our all ages division winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, for all of those announcements. So I did make sure before we started the announcements of the winners to say stick around, because we did want to share one more thing. And the team that shared this knows maybe what I'm talking about, because they asked us ever so politely not to share it until the stream was over. And they are what I would call, and what the world calls, white hat hackers. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of a white hat hacker, white hats are those who use the power of their computer knowledge or their hacking knowledge, if you will, for good, not for evil, if you will. Meaning they find potential bugs or problems in a piece of software, and rather than exploit it, they let the team know. So you will note that this team was not one of our first place, second place, or third place winners in any division. So they did not use this exploit, but they made a phenomenal video sharing with us that there was an exploit in the world, and asked us not to share it until all was said and done. And since now all is said and done, we have a very, very special PSA from Team Los Magios from Mexico. So let's roll that footage.
So Brian,
Wow.
how do you feel about this? So we received this for regular season challenge 3 with clear instructions: do not share, from Team Los Magios.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them breaking your game?
It's so funny. Like, first of all, Adam like freaked me out early on because he's like, I hope somebody gets a score of 10 million and breaks the game. And I'm like, no, I hope that doesn't happen. And then like, so when we were finishing the coding, like there's only so much you can do, right? So we were doing the creative part and we're like, okay, well, they're going to be in creative. They're going to have access to everything. And then so like if you played the creative and tried to wander off, you could see how we put like an out of bounds things that teleports you back. If you try to get into the building while you're in the creative mode, it sends you back out. So we, like there's a lot of things we put in, and then we like had to draw the line somewhere, you know. And I'm like, well, you know, there's always going to be a way. And so when I told one of my engineers, when I showed him the video, he's like, I knew that was going to happen. But we thought, hey, that's great fun for people to kind of push limits and find ways to solve problems, you know. And I think it's cool that this team did it in a way that's meant to kind of educate, you know, think outside the box. Maybe this is the kind of thinking that could solve problems in the real world. And I'm really excited about that. There's so much stuff we went into to cover stuff like this. Like one of the interesting things, I don't know if anybody noticed, but you could farm up the soil in the game. So there's a time when you're planting the soil where you can actually farm up the soil, and and then the game will kind of retill the soil for you. So if you farmed it all up, the game will put new soil down, and then you have soil in your inventory. And so we thought, oh, what if people build a roof over the farm so the caterpillars couldn't come, like caterpillars would land on the roof instead of in the crops. And so we played a version of that where we actually ran through that, and it worked, where the caterpillars were all up on the roof. And so we coded, if you do that, you'll find out that the caterpillars actually get teleported from the roof back down into the crops. So you can't use that exploit. But there's so many like creative ways that we discovered for people to do things. And we blocked some of them and we let some other ones go. So I love seeing how people figure ways around stuff. I think it shows that you're thinking and innovating. So I'm not angry or embarrassed, you know.
And we have a lot of teams in the chat sharing that they knew. You
know, there's I've run a lot of STEM and engineering competitions, a lot of coding competitions, and one of the realities of that is that you will always have those who find the loopholes, and if they find the loopholes, the error, and not the error, but the correction needs to be on the part of those running it for next time, right? Because there was no explicit rule there that said that could or couldn't be done. In fact, we didn't know for the most part that it couldn't be done. So obviously these are things that are lessons learned. And when we create our next season, we say, we've learned from last season to do this, this, and this. So it's a learning experience for us as well, which is phenomenal. So one of the reasons we love that video is, admittedly, while some of the people had some insight that maybe it was possible, it was the first time I certainly saw it when we stumbled across that video. And I said, good on them for not just, you know, announcing it to the world or taking advantage of it, but rather informing us of the little tweak that was going on there.
Yeah, super fun.
Very fun. All right. So
we did get a question.
I think we're back to go ahead.
We got one question in the chat saying, you want all of us to be cheaters? ? Exclamation point.
Innovators.
Innovators. Think outside the box. I mean, I think in this case, Brian technically put you in a box. So some literally the cheat there, not the cheat, I would say, but the exploit is they figured out a way outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think
and the thing to point out very quickly is they didn't cheat. They found out a way to break through the system, and then they alerted us to it, and they didn't get the top score because they wanted to make sure that they had earned it the same way as everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and if you've participated, I know this was big in like Lego, Lego robotics competitions and stuff like that. You follow the rules, and it's like what Eric was saying. You follow the rules, but if you can find an innovative way around, not around the rules, but to get something done within the rules, that's kind of where the interest and the innovation comes in. That's where maybe the rules need to be modified later, but if you're working within the confines of the rules and solving problems, that's good. I think too many people put up false restrictions to or assumptions to problems that they're trying to solve. Well, we can't do this because, or whatever. If the rules say that you can't do it, then you can't do it. But don't automatically limit yourself and your capability. Don't force that limitation upon yourself when it's not forced upon you by the external rules.
I agree completely, and I see the exact right word in the chat, which is integrity, and that's exactly what that team showed. True integrity. So there was a reason we wanted to share it and wanted to show it, right? Because normally you would see game developers maybe try to hide those things. That they have earned that. I think of games like, that NASEF utilizes, like Rocket League, for example. And in Rocket League, the rarest item in the game is the white hat. And that white hat is awarded to literally white hat hackers who found the exploits in the game and alerted Psyonix, the company that makes them, about the problem rather than exploiting the problem for their own gain. And Psyonix awarded them a very, very rare in-game item. I think there's only 32 or 33 of them in existence, and that is the white hat. And it's exactly for that reason.
And we award that to Team Los Magios for this season. So thank you everyone for tuning in to our global awards ceremony to formally announce the winners of NASEF Farmcraft. I want to thank everyone who joined me here on stream today and for being a part of this team that has created such creative work during this time. So thank you to everyone at the U.S. Department of State that we've been able to collaborate with, especially Dr. Kate Furby and Dr. Adam Cornish. Huge thank you to Clever Like Studios for their amazing work, everything from the Farmcraft modded world itself to the caterpillars, to the butterflies, but even the skins and the conversations that we were really having to try to recreate things that are happening in real life in a very square world. Our global Minecraft mentors, Eric Leitner and Kathy Chow Isaacs, who I adore so greatly. Thank you always for keeping us thinking about the way students and educators may perceive the work that we're putting out there. Our food for thought experts who may be in the chat, I did send them little invites this morning, but they were amazing, every single one of them. So we had Adam, who was our first food for thought, Dr. Jennifer Rowland, Dr. Kate Brahman, and Dr. Siobhan Whiten, who ended us up in our bug episode of Food for Thought. So if you have not checked out, all the episodes are super great and in a playlist on our YouTube page. So please be sure to check them out, but especially our bug episode was super great. And then lastly, our adult sponsors, students and families who have been with us since about January, February of this year, being able to see more and more teams register and more countries join on, from the US to Mexico, Uruguay, Malaysia, Botswana, South Korea. We had over 35 countries signed up and participating, and teams from those countries. And so huge shout out to all of them for just taking a chance and exploring something new that really helps us take a second look at what problems are there with our food and with our agriculture, and how can we start thinking about ways that we can solve those problems. And whether it's for communities, whether it's for countries, I think there's so many interesting ways that we can really look at the environment around us. So thank you everyone for all of our streams and for being here. And I'm going to hand it over to Eric to kind of close this out one last time.
You put in the notes that I had to build the hype, but I don't have to build the hype, because literally in the chat, there were 2 different comments that asked, is this coming back? And I get to say, keep an eye out for Farmcraft 2.0. It's coming. That is as much as I get to say right now, but stay tuned. We are not done yet. So Farmcraft 2.0, keep a lookout. Things may look different. Things may play different. All sorts of changes are in the works, and we're thinking of those things and brainstorming those things as we speak, and that process is underway. So stay tuned for Farmcraft 2.0, where there will be much more going on. It is definitely happening. So stay tuned for that. I like this note. And yes, there will be new potential crops in the game. That is something that got asked for. So we're working on things like that. But I like the idea of almost like a sequel, right? Calling it Farmcraft 2, the new crop. So, you know, I'm not allowed to trademark that yet. We're not putting that in stone, but I like it anyway. And with that, I also get to say that while you are waiting patiently for Farmcraft 2.0, NASEF, of course, as always, is hard at work with opportunities for you in all sorts of games and environments and camps and club opportunities. And there is plenty going on this summer. So I think in the chat, and there it is right there, it just dropped into the YouTube chat. There is an announcement of all of the things that are going on this summer that you can sign up for. So much to do in a variety of games, of course, including Minecraft opportunities. So keep a lookout and go check those out right now. In fact, it just got pinned to the top of the chat as well. So keep an eye out for that. And with that, I get to say that on behalf of Sam and Gerald and everyone at NASEF, on behalf of Brian and the Clever Like team, on behalf of Dr. Kate and Dr. Adam and everyone at the U.S. Department of State, and on behalf of my attached at the hip global Minecraft mentor, Kathy Chow Isaacs, we could not be more grateful to everyone who has tuned in, everyone who has participated, and everyone who is excited to continue being part of these programs. Like we said, stay tuned. And thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this stream. And congratulations to all of our winners. Take care, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks.